is Kayla and this is Darius.
Yep.
We left some parts out in a story that we told. So we're here just gonna say it and we're gonna edit it in to the video.
After this little piece, there will be a story that we will be talking about that involves drugs, false claims, drinking, and a bunch of other stuff. And pretty much I'd say throughout the whole story, you could just learn, don't do drugs.
Drugs are bad.
There will be some cut-ins from us because we left some things out in the original video. And those cut-ins will just fill those holes that there were. Right. Anyway, next video.
So, as you guys know, my name is Kayla and this is Darius, and we're going to be telling a story of something in the past that happened to us. Well, actually happened more to Darius. And I want to let you guys know that I'm not innocent in this at all. I did some bad things that I shouldn't have. And I just wanted to get this out. So it made Darius really upset. I mean, we talked it out and we're good now. And that's a good thing. But I wanted to get this out so that way you guys know what happened. I'm going to be telling my side of the story and he's going to be jumping in and tell some parts of his side. And to do this, I wrote it all out so I wouldn't forget anything, so I'm going to read off this paper. Alright, so here we go.
You made yourself a script?
I did.
Alright.
It says, my name is Kayla, and I have a story to tell. My side of the story, that is. It started when my friend Kylie Koopa called me and asked me to hang out. I told her, let me ask Darius first. So I did. He said, you just hung out with them. I said, okay, so do you want me to tell her no?
Yeah, it was like...
He had said, no, just go. I told him that he could come too if he wanted to. He was hesitant at first, but then he agreed. We made a pact to where wherever I go, he needs to come, and if he's not invited, then I can't go. I made it myself to where I wanted him. Anyways, the pact was that if he couldn't go, I couldn't go. Because at one point before we did this, I kept leaving him and going off on my own with my friends and doing what I wanted. And then it started to where we made this pact and I started dragging him around everywhere with me. It's not something that I'm proud of. It's not something that I should do. He should be able to feel comfortable with going to places with me. And this is one where I messed up and it was so uncomfortable for him. Okay, I'm going to go back to my script now.
You're okay.
I'm not okay because I shouldn't have done what I did.
That's fine, man. Was it like a month ago since it happened?
Yeah. Okay. So Kylie Koopa picked us up and took us to where she was living at the time. It was, let's call him Big Boo. No, not from Orange is the New Black. Okay, so Big Boo and his girlfriend Dry Bones own the house. The reason we call her Dry Bones is because basically she's just skin and bones. She doesn't look like she eats. When we got there, Kylie's... What?
Sorry.
When we got there, Kylie's boyfriend and his friend were waiting outside for us. Let's call them Boom Boom and Buzzy Beetle. So we went inside and I sat down on the couch while Darius stood against the wall. I asked him if he wanted to sit by me, but he shook his head no. There was no room for him to come sit.
You sat on the edge of the couch.
I did.
And Kylie sat right next to you.
Alright, so I'm gonna say this out now before I start reading it. I smoke cigarettes and weed. I drink sometimes. Alright, let's get back to this. It says, so me and Kylie rolled up a blunt and started smoking. After we all, as in me, Kylie, Koopa, Boom Boom, Buzzy Beetle, Big Boo, and Dry Bones, got done smoking, Boom Boom and Buzzy Beetle took the baby, let's name her a Koopa Kid, down into the basement. Then me, Kylie, and Dry Bones made mixed drinks for ourselves and headed down into the basement with Darius. I started packing my bowl when I looked up and saw a Big Boo passing out ecstasy.
You wrote it down yourself.
I can't say the word ecstasy.
Ecstasy.
Yeah, ecstasy.
The thing is, you wrote it yourself. This is your own script, and you can't even read the words you wrote down.
I read it. I just can't say the word.
Ecstasy.
Ecstasy. Anyways, to Kylie, Boom Boom, Dry Bones, and himself.
I was bored as hell, sitting there, being over there. And that I was just... Of all things, honestly, I was pissed at you. I was pissed at her because she had me come to this place, and I really had nothing to do. I was just watching everybody do drugs and smoke. And where I just pulled out my phone, and the only thing I could think of was to text your phone and tell you my feelings and how you read it later, since your phone does not work unless it has Wi-Fi. It would probably make them upset. The thing is, I hold my phone in weird ways when I'm definitely bored if I'm holding my phone like this or anything. To where I'm playing around with the screen rotation as well. So I was texting your phone multiple times about what's going on, how I'm feeling, and everything. So where I see her, Dry Bones, whispering with Big Boo, and then Big Boo calling Boom Boom over, and then whispering to him. And the fact that I saw them whispering with each other, I kind of figured it was them thinking that I was recording, to where I just kind of expected what was going to happen. And to where Boom Boom walked over to me, asked me if I was recording several times. And then everyone just continued smoking, and then you get called up.
I got called up, and Dry Bones was like, can you tell your boyfriend to stop recording? I don't want to get my kids taken away. And she was like, does he record all the time? And if he is recording, he needs to delete all evidence right now. Where Kylie was just like, if he has recordings, he should delete it. So I responded with, I think that Darius is actually playing Pokemon Go. And Dry Bones said, and Dry Bones said that if he was playing Pokemon Go, he should let us know. And that he can also go out in the yard because there were a lot of Pokemon in their yard.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So where the app works differently for each phone.
Right.
The apps for both iPhones and Apple. I mean, iPhone.
iPhone is an Apple.
Apple and Android phones.
Yeah.
So there could be a lot of Pokemon on someone else's phone, but not be the same kind of Pokemon on another person's phone.
Right.
Like, yesterday I had a spawn zone of Cyndaquil and Snubbles. Can anybody say the same about that? And plus, that kind of sounds stupid.
Yeah.
To where, who's going to announce that they're playing on an app?
Who knows?
Like, how many people just going to be sitting around and talking and stuff? And someone just pulls out their phone and they just be like,
Hi, Tech. How you doing today? You look very green. Suit you. No? So
Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me? I'm playing Pokemon Go right now. I'm playing Pokemon Go right now. I just wanted to let you know. I am playing Pokemon Go. That is all.
Kylie didn't really do anything wrong except for backing up something that she had no evidence on.
It's where it's like, if you feel guilty, then it's stuff you shouldn't be doing in the first place. And it's that you could have asked me yourself instead of trying to relay the message to Kayla here. And it's just like, only one person confronted me about recording, and that was Boom Boom. Out of that whole group.
Well, I was feeling overwhelmed. I hate having to tell people what to do most of the time. I hate having the pressure put on me. So I was already upset because they were putting on me that I went downstairs and I kind of started yelling at Darius. And I was telling him that if he had any recordings or anything, that he had to delete it now.
And I got really frustrated at her. And that was the point where I just hated everybody in the house.
And he kept trying to talk to me. And I kind of just ignored him. And it's to the point where Erica said that she had to go to the bathroom and wanted me to go upstairs with her, so I did. I went upstairs and she sat down and we just started talking. I don't remember what she was talking about because I was pretty high at this point. And I hadn't drank too much of my drink. But I went to the bathroom, came out, and Kylie was playing Grand Theft Auto 5. And I got entertained by it, and I sat down and started watching her play. And I forgot to go back downstairs, where Darius got upset, and he ended up coming upstairs, and he went outside, whereas I still sat on the couch and watched the game. And I kept looking out the window at him, just trying to make sure that he was okay and he wasn't going to leave me.
I knew my way back, though, but I could not leave you at the house.
And to the point where Boom Boom and Buzzy Beetle ended up going outside and talking to him again. Big Boo came and started talking to me and saying how he didn't like that Darius was being awkward and quiet, and that they still thought that he was recording and everything. When me and Big Boo and everyone else was talking in the room, Big Boo said it didn't look like he was playing Pokemon Go because he was flailing his phone back and forth, kind of like this, back and forth, just a little bit.
Yeah, I want to also add something. I was doing this, also this, and this, also this. You're like, I'm bored in the place because I'm the only one not doing anything. And it was just that until I had my phone out, that's when he started to like speculate me and pay attention to me.
And it caused a red flag. Like, what the fuck? Anyways, you have anything else to say about this one?
Yeah. How are you gonna be like, I caused a red flag for you when you caused a red flag for me, since you were doing all that stuff in the presence of a child.
And that is when I finally defended him. And I got really upset and said that if you want to know anything about Darius, you need to go ask him yourself.
So yeah, they did come outside to try to talk to me, but it was more boom boom, but pacing back and forth to where, and like the look in his eyes, it just showed that he was like really high right now and hopped up on drugs and everything, and to where he was going like, "Were you recording? Were you recording?" He's like, "No, I wasn't recording." He's like, "Are you sure? What if I got evidence that shows that you were recording?" He's like, "How would you get that?" And I was thinking and I didn't say it. And plus he was going like you just got weirder with it. You know, like, were you Instagramming? Were you Snapchatting? I was like, no, I wasn't doing anything that involved recording. It's like, you can check my phone just to prove it. He said that there were cameras all over the place in the basement, like, in war. Where exactly in that basement does it look like there would be cameras? That place is wrecked. Only thing in that place that would probably be worth anything would be that bathing, that crib, and the air mattress that was down there.
That air mattress wasn't really worth anything either. It had a hole in it.
Oh yeah, that lost points. And then I just showed it, handed him my phone, and he looks through it, and he's like, he's good, handed it back. Then he just walked back in. Oh yeah, another thing. His friend Buzzy Beetle, I didn't even notice at first, was out there with us until I just like felt somebody right behind me, to where I see this guy just standing there, looking straight forward. He was looking straight forward when I turned around and saw him. And I was just like, how is he even functioning right now?
Buzzy Beetle's nasty.
Yeah, so they went back inside, and I heard a lot of talking.
Oh, they were outside. I told you that Big Boo was talking to me. Everything. They were saying a lot of stuff that I didn't like. Big Boo started talking to me and saying how he didn't like Darius because he was awkward and antisocial and not talking to them. And like how a whole bunch of his, like how it was a red flag for him. And that was sketchy because he's been through some stuff, and then like everybody started jumping in and saying all their friends have been through stuff and everything, and saying how you can go to prison for recording something or some shit. Dry Bones yelled out, he could have just gone outside and played Pokemon Go in the yard because we have so many Pokemon. Like she repeated herself and just like yelled that again when everyone started talking at once in that big group where Big Boo was saying that it was a red flag.
Was she high?
Oh,
probably. I'd like to believe that she was. I'd like to believe that.
Probably they took ecstasy and fucking they were smoking and drinking and stop laughing at me. Anyways, I was getting really mad, and I told them that they had no right to judge him. That if you wanted to get to know Darius, all you have to do is talk to him.
I'm extremely taciturn, as in you have to talk to me for me to talk to you. Because I would feel awkward if I'm just speaking out of place. And I find it more polite just to wait for you to ask me questions.
And I told them that I was leaving. And then Big Boo said that I was welcome back, but Darius was not. And guess what? I have not been back ever since. And Darius has never been back ever since. I haven't talked to any of them except for Kylie ever since. I went outside after us talking to them, after me defending him. I asked him if he heard what was going on inside, and he said yes. And I said I was sorry, and then, he said that he didn't hear me defend him, but he heard, like, bits and pieces.
It was like I heard, like I couldn't hear your voice. No, I could hear a little bit of a female voice. The only voices I could hear were like only the male voices. They seem to be louder.
Anyways, he got happy when I told him that I had defended him and that I wanted to leave with him. I love Darius so much, and that's some stuff that we should have never done, or something that I should have never done. And what they did to him wasn't okay. They should have never done that to him. They shouldn't have accused him of recording, and they should have talked to him and tried to get to know him. And well, we left together, and like while we were talking outside, they shut the blinds and the window and everything, and like left us in the dark. So we went across the street and waited for his cousin, and then we came home and we talked about it. And I mean, we're good now from it. But we talked about it for a couple of days. I even made a joke. If you guys are Pokemon fans, the Pokemon Hoothoot, the owl with the big eyes, and you know how Boom Boom took ecstasy, and his eyes were huge, round, and everything. He plays Pokemon Go, and he caught Hoothoot, and he was like, "What should I name this?" I was like, "Call him Boom Boom because of his eyes," and he laughed about it.
I laughed too hard about that. I laughed too hard. No.
And then he high-fived me. Thank you for listening to our story.